Welcome to today's video. I want to talk to you about plantar fasciitis. If you are someone who suffers from plantar fasciitis, I am going to give you 5 tips on how to try to fix the pain. And I'm going to give you 1 tip that you usually don't hear from your physio. Plantar fasciitis is a condition that we get in our foot on the plantar surface. So if we're looking at the foot, let's call this my foot, this area around the bottom here. So it's around the arch of your foot, and it's a very generic term for a lot of different portions of pain on the bottom of your foot. And it's very similar to how we come up with a term for shin splints, right? I'll have another video on that one shortly also. Now, plantar fasciitis is treated a lot of the time with some people, they will recover from it, and others, they just have a lifelong pain in the foot. They hobble around like someone who should not be walking, and they never run again, they never jump again, they're in too much pain. Now, yes, there are some reasons why that might happen. You might end up having, say, arthritis, or you might end up having some sort of bursa issues around joints. That's fine. If you are someone who suffers from plantar fasciitis, I am going to give you 5 tips on how to try to fix the pain. And I'm going to give you 1 tip that you usually don't hear from your physio that might be the answer to your prayers. Let's get straight into it today, guys, because I want you to get that foot pain fixed as soon as possible. So plantar fasciitis ends up with some issues along the plantar surface. Where is the plantar surface? It is the arch of our foot. All right, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create a stretch. Now, the stretch you want to get is essentially to have your toes pulled back with the foot flat, and you want to be able to create some tension along the base of your foot or in the arch of your foot. Okay, check out this image and this video, and it will help you in the direction that you want to go. Now, next off, contractions. Okay, you're trying to contract the muscles on the foot. So we're trying to get the muscles around that surface to be able to get more active and start to be able to move a little smoother again. Okay, in the demo I've done here, we're using a towel and we're scrunching it up with our toes and releasing it again and scrunching it up until it is completely gone. There are a few different variations on this that you can do, but the general idea is to get, again, contraction happening so that the arch of your foot gets nice and tense, and then relaxing it again. You can also do this with pointing your toes and relaxing it as well. In your next tip, what I'm going to get you to do is to massage the bottom of your foot. How do we massage the bottom of our foot? You don't just sit there and mow into it with your thumb. No, that's not enough. There's a few different options you can do here. The one I often recommend is to use a lacrosse ball or trigger ball under the foot. This is super handy. You don't need any extra tools. You can even use like a jar of like a condiment or something like that you have in your cabinet to be able to do this one, all right? And all you're gonna do is roll it over for like 2 minutes each leg, and that's it. Once you've done that, you're going to release it, do your stretch, do your contraction, and hopefully feel a lot better, all right? Hang out in the places that hurt a little more, okay? Go all around your foot, go up around where the ball of the toes are, get back towards the heel into that calcaneus sort of area, and play around a little bit, all right? Don't be afraid to do this often, okay? Give yourself some tough love there. Start with a soft ball. So you could even use, I've had people use like dog toys or tennis balls, and work your way to a lacrosse ball or even a golf ball. A golf ball works great when you are really struggling with this, okay? Because you want to really loosen up that tissue and get it starting to mash around and move up. On my 4th tip, I'll always recommend any tissue that is tight and needs loosening, it needs heat. How do you get heat in the foot? It's a couple of different ways to do this, okay? And the most easiest way you're going to do this is to put your feet into like a hot bath or a hot tub or something along those lines. You know what? Go get yourself a pedicure and get a foot massage while you're at it, mate. That's gonna help, all right? Now, sticking your feet in a hot bath, kind of boring. It works, all right? You could also have like a wheat bag or a heat pack with some lavender oil on it or something like that. Heat it up in your microwave and just pop your feet on top of it, okay? Let your feet relax on top of it. You don't want to be tense, okay? That's the important thing here. You need to make sure you are relaxing into this, okay? And our last one that we are looking at here, guys, is super duper important, and this is the tip that most of our physios generally don't give us, because they'll give us the stretch and they'll give us the contraction and they'll give us a bit of a massage, but they never give us the combination. The one that we often get missed by is the stretch contraction reflex. Okay, so all muscles can work in a stretch contraction, right? So if you think about it, if you're squatting and you go down and you want to come up quicker, you go down, bounce out of the bottom, right? If you were to go down, sit down in the bottom of a squat and then stand on up, it's a lot harder, right? Stretch, contraction, release, right? So you're using a bit of a bounce in there, okay? A bit of elasticity from the muscle. That's the important bit, the elasticity from the muscle, okay? Using the ligaments, tendons, everything around the area to work together. What we're trying to do is we're trying to send some neural signals to those muscles that says it's okay to contract without pain. Now, if we have done our stretching techniques that were in the videos before, and we've done our contraction techniques that were in the video before, and we did them pain-free, we should be able to get through these stretch and contraction techniques. Okay, so I'm going to cut to another video where it'll show you exactly what to do with the stretch and contraction technique, because I think it's super important that you actually understand how to do it. So watch the next video, check out this stretch and contraction technique. I'm gonna be back in just a second right here. So I'm gonna talk to you about the stretch contraction that you're looking for to help you with plantar fasciitis. Essentially what you're looking to do is create a nice tension in the arch of your foot and get a nice stretch through the arch of the foot and get back into that tension again. What I've done is I've created a little video for you to check out where you can see that happening. Now, the whole idea is that you are trying to create different aspects of this. You can do it against a post and press into a mini step up, or you can just have it as almost like a point your toes and then just pull the toes back, point your toes, pull the toes back. It depends on what kind of flexibility you have in your calf, in your foot, in all of these areas. You need to make sure that it's something that suits you. Okay, so make sure that you're getting a stretch into a contraction and then contraction back into a stretch. That's all you're looking for to help get those neural signals in there, get the blood flowing through there. And like it'll create like that, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of actual muscle tissue that works in there, you might get a few cramps in there that you have to stretch out. Stretch it out, it's fine. Get the trigger ball back underneath the foot and have a bit of a rollout and get some heat back on it and it'll feel better, okay? Back to the next part of the video, guys. Hope this helps. All right, so that is how you do the stretch and contraction, right? You want to be able to get a nice stretch and a big flex in it so that you're getting both angles of that happening and you can start to get some action happening in there quick over time. Once you've done this a bit, then you can start looking at putting some extra pressure into it. So we will do things where we start to add some impact into it and then eventually start to run. Don't start running on it straight away. Give yourself time to get used to doing these techniques first, okay? If you enjoyed this and you got something out of it and you are actually going to feel better from this, share it with your friends, share it with everybody, subscribe, like. Guys, this is just out there to help you, okay? So help someone else have their feet feel better, okay? Check out any of my videos that pop up around here and here just to, look, if you need help with diet, exercise, any of it, it's what I do. If you need to lose fat fast, get in contact with me. We can book a free fat loss strategy call. It takes about half an hour and I can give you some ideas of options that we can do to get you losing fat fast. Look, we got a record of getting people losing about 5 to 10 kilos. It's usually under 90 days or less is my guarantee, but it's usually a lot quicker than that. So hang around, guys. See you next time. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.